Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for the How to Spot a Fake Natty series, and today, by popular request, we're going to cover the online coach, Raymond Querido. Now, when I was first shown this guy, I didn't know who he was. People showed me, I looked at a few pictures, I'm like, well, this guy, what he has is obtainable natural. Until I started looking at further pictures like this one. When I look at just a few pictures, it's very clear that in some cases the guy is probably 95% not on anything. If he is on anything, I don't know what to say. But a lot of these other pictures, the guy does not look even remotely natty. I don't need to know his stats. We're not going to do a fat-free mass index on this because, quite frankly, fat-free mass index isn't everything. You can be way under 25 fat-free mass index and still be on large amounts of whey protons. In the case of the online coach, in these photographs, he has a dry, grainy, full look while being ripped and striated, but still full and not looking stringy. That is not obtainable natural. That's just the reality. It doesn't work that way. Natural bodybuilders who are truly natural do not stay full while they are striated and with paper thin looking skin. It doesn't work that way. They don't look grainy and striated while still full. He displays that. And I had a conversation with one guy about it. Says, I just think he's using a lot of filters in Photoshop. You'd be surprised what can be done with lighting, filters, and Photoshop. Well, here's a problem with that. This is someone who is selling his knowledge on training and nutrition, but then using these photos as examples of what he's achieved. Well, there's a problem with that. If he is not actually looking like that and he is going through the trouble to produce photographs through filters, lighting, Photoshop that look like he's on drugs and obtaining a look that can only be obtained with drugs, not with diet and training, then he is not promoting a natural look. He is selling a false image. He is still a fake natty because he's showing an image that in real life, not on the internet, not in a doctored photograph, but in real life, that can only be obtained through the use of drugs. And it kind of begs the question of what in the hell are we doing in the fitness industry at this point, to where the guys who are trying to sell information are pulling the same little stunts insecure girls pull on Instagram. These girls who doctor their photos and run filters and get special lighting and everything so that they can look different from how they actually look. If you are doing that to sell programs, that is a bitch move. You are behaving like a teenage female if you do that. That behavior has no place in an industry that is supposedly trying to promote masculinity. Now, we know bodybuilding doesn't actually do that, but it's trying to pretend to at least promote masculinity and being hardcore, yet they're going to behave like teenage girls on Instagram by using lighting and filters and Photoshop to look better than they actually look in real life. That is no different than using drugs to obtain a look that you can't obtain in real life as far as marketing purposes go. Yes, I understand physically is different, but from a marketing perspective, that is bad ethics, that is false advertising, and if you are resorting to that sort of tactic to try to promote diet and training methods that you're putting out there, then you're conning people. That is called being a fraud. So either way, whether he is actually using anything and he looks like this in person, or this is all internet trickery and lighting and filters and Photoshop, either way, he's a fake natty promoting a physique that cannot be obtained purely through diet and exercise, that can only be obtained with either drugs or Photoshop. And that's the problem. So we have to label the online coach a fake natty. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time. But let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go. Oh, Mount Biceps.